I recently started binging on a lot of Kurosawa films, and you know what? This is I'm gonna blow your socks off. Right
Okay.
now.
All right.
Basically, he had a huge influence on George Lucas, and so much that George Lucas Star Wars was actually it started as a rewrite of his film Hidden Fortress. And if you watch Hidden Fortress, you realize
And this was a George Lucas film. Hidden Fortress.
So Hidden Fortress was a Kurosawa film.
Okay,
Kurosawa was like a Japanese director who was like big in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and on, and or I think some that period. And basically, he didn't become big until they brought him over to America, or he didn't become super big as he became until they hit George Lucas and what's his name, Coppola, brought him over to America and convinced I think was it 20th Century Fox or somebody to make his distribute his films over here. And then you had Ran, the movie Ran, which is insane. Basically, his movies are heavy on like samurai stuff, kind of like martial arts you're saying, but it's like you have like this culture that is so unique and alien, and it's like you really want to watch samurai films, go watch a Kurosawa film. They're great. And that's so many elements of his films, not just from Hidden Fortress, but Hidden Fortress was the bedrock for Star Wars. And Mythology from Joseph Campbell's mythology research, Hidden Fortress from Kurosawa, and a lot of Kurosawa films had influence on George Lucas, and not to mention that the temp music, which was from multiple classic symphonies at the time, The Planets by somebody, and then Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring, they were temp tracks that either John Williams or George Lucas fell in love with, and I think either George Lucas told John Williams, I want something like this, and then he basically changed it. But if you listen to these original classic over classic symphonies over the Star Wars, it's like, holy shit, they stole that shit. They stole that shit. So that's why the music was so classic. It wasn't original. I just spit on this shit.
You're good.
But yeah, so that's one thing. You have mythology, which is these deep, meaningful archetypes and symbols, and that have been carried on through centuries that people like think we've evolved out of. No, we haven't. They're stronger than any rational ideas that we can come up with now. Yeah, these things have been around for centuries. Rational thinking has been around for I don't know how I have no idea. Not off the top of my head right now, but
there's something primal about it. It's like the myths could. I've thought about it like those themes. It's almost like the themes they come from like the primitive animal nature of ourselves, So
you're aware of them. You're familiar with like probably The Power of Myth or like The Writer's Journey or something, like books like that.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say I've read specifically. I think what I'm grabbing from you, like mythology, it's almost like I mean, I guess what I'm going to throw out here is like universal truths.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So
and like here's an example, like Obi-Wan represents the wise old wizard man.
Okay, yeah, I know these. The archetype characters of every story.
There's the princess, who represents, I guess, I forget. And you basically, like, all these characters kind of represent some kind of mythical archetype in a way, and also the ancient religion of the Force in these movies is basically like a analogy to pretty much everything that religion and all of like theology and all of like mythology has been trying to grapple with like the deeper meanings of our existence and the interconnectedness and what we don't understand about the universe. It manifests itself in a way that is in this sci-fi world that is something that we haven't explored yet, which is the frontiers of space at the time, and that's that was the big appeal. There was also the incredible special effects. So you have the special effects, the music, based on classic symphonies. You have mythology that was becoming very popular at the time. Had the Power of Myth. Joseph Campbell's like television show became huge. One of the biggest television shows at the time when it came out. I have it. I recently got it for on like Apple TV. You can get it for like $12.
Oh, nice.
Check it out.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll tell you about it later. I'll show you. And then basically, you also have, it started as a rewrite of the Hidden Fortress, or like that was, or an allegory to that film. And you see it in you see so many of the characters, or several of the characters. You see C-3PO and R2-D2. They were basically like beggars who get caught up in this big adventure. Who like unwittingly get caught up in this. Like they're lower class people who get like swept up in all these different things. And it's like, if you really abstract a little bit, you see so many plot points throughout the movies. And then you also see like there's a horse race, which is the speeder race, like the speeders in like the third movie, like the sixth movie, like the Return of the Jedi. You see the duel between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader, which is basically the duel between this guy and this other guy, and the Darth Vader character's there, and the plot, the backstory behind like him being turning to the dark side or whatever, like or you're turning to the wrong side basically in this world, and it's like you see that's there. And you realize that's where George Lucas thought of, let's have Darth Vader, this tragic character. And he started with him before you have that tragedy where he goes and turns to the dark side and all that. You start with him as a dark side, and that's the best way to start with it. But he realized, there's also that backstory that in the movie that doesn't, or Kurosawa film, it doesn't really explore it, but it touches on it a little bit. And in the prequels, he's like, oh, I'm going to explore this. And that's what George Lucas did.